Thank you for joining Catholic Gen X, where Goonies never say die.
True that.
Yes.
Happy New Year, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Have either of you ever been to Astoria, Oregon?
No.
No.
It's where Goonies was filmed. So that scene where they ride their bikes down the hill, the movie did not do that justice. That hill is... I would not ride a bike down that hill.
Oh.
It is incredibly steep.
I didn't realize you liked that movie that much to fly
Oh,
all
I
the way out
love the
there.
Goonies. Turned my boys onto it.
I like the Goonies, too.
Good movie. That...
What?
I'm trying to think...
You can't just go silent on the radio.
I'm trying to think if that's one of... That is one of the biggest movies of my childhood.
Okay.
As far as watched it a lot.
Yeah.
and-
It's a great kind of youth, boy kind of adventure.
Yeah.
Being with your friends.
You know how Mikey always says words wrong? And
Mm-hmm.
usually... That's my middle son. Like, he does that exact same thing.
Yeah.
I call him Mikey sometimes.
Yeah.
No,
It fits.
that's a really good movie. Yeah, our kids had seen it. And there's a bit of a scene like in the beginning with...
With Chunk?
well, there's that, but then there's like the statue and things too. And at the very beginning, the first time I was watching that with the boys, they were pretty young. It's like, oh, I don't remember all this.
So I took my oldest, who is now a freshman at Purdue, to a Purdue game over the weekend. And one of his buddies, they made a bet that if something happened, whoever lost the bet had to stand up and do the truffle shuffle.
Oh, that's awesome.
Love it.
Nobody under 50 knew what that was, probably. So, whatever happened to Chunk?
I almost sure this is correct. He is a successful entertainment lawyer, I believe.
Well,
Wow,
I think it's him that did
Okay.
that.
that's why you like him, because you're an attorney too.
Not true.
You could have
I
been in
don't
Chunk's
like
practice.
attorneys. Know a lot of them.
Oh, well,
Although it's not as bad as it used to be now that I'm not in that world anymore.
you're a bit more removed for sure. So, no, that is a great movie. So, New Year's traditions. So we've gone to mass.
yeah.
So for the German Catholics, it's pork and sauerkraut.
No cabbage.
Sauerkraut.
Oh, sauerkraut. No, I was thinking red cabbage, but yeah.
Yeah, Irish corned beef and cabbage. So my wife's family is German, and they would do a thing of where they would hide in the head of cabbage or something they'd bake, and they would have like a dime or something, some kind of coin in there, and whoever would get that in the serving, they're supposed to have good luck all year.
No,
I heard
prefer
this?
It's kind of like the Epiphany.
the king
Practice,
cake
right.
for
Right?
Epiphany.
No, king cake is for Fat Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until you accidentally
is
eat the
now,
plastic
but-
baby Jesus and choke,
Yeah.
so you got to be careful about that. Yeah. So.
King cake came from the Feast of the Three Kings on the Epiphany.
Did it?
Yes.
Did you ever read that book about the Magi I gave you last year?
I did. Yeah,
It was interesting, wasn't it?
Very interesting, yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Does Stephanie want that book back?
What book?
Your wife? The detective book she gave me?
No, that was a gift.
Okay, all right.
She bought that the day it came out.
And that's why I wasn't sure if she, bought it, loaned it to me, but wanted it back so she could read it.
Yeah, so this has become a sidebar. Father Peter turned my wife on to a series of books by...
Louise Penny.
And she didn't want to like him because
No.
she doesn't want to like anything he suggests, and she loves them. We were in Quebec City back in October, and she found out that the day we left, either the day we left and it was going to be in the afternoon or the next day, Louise Penny was going to be there doing a book signing. And she was so angry that she wished she'd known so we could have delayed our departure for a day. And in looking into that, she discovered that this new book was coming
book.
out.
It's great.
And she was so excited that you didn't know the book was coming out
Yeah.
when she gave it to you.
No.
So, no, that
that's
was a
great.
gift.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Sorry. I did not mean to hijack the podcast.
No.
But maybe we should start a book club and we could read a Louise Penny book.
Oh, yeah, right.
I tell you what we should not read
Uh-huh.
that he encouraged me to read, and
Shack?
that is
I did not encourage him to read
we
the
haven't
Shack.
said the Shack this year, so.
the book about the crazy guy who hates monkeys and he thinks the monkey thinks he's better than him. It's written by the famous Southern female
Oh,
Catholic
Flannery O'Connor.
Flannery O'Connor. What's that?
Wise Blood.
Wise Blood. Have you read Wise Blood, John?
I have not.
I want you to read Wise Blood just so you waste as much of your life reading Wise Blood as I did.
Wasted that bad.
Oh, John, it is so out there.
Famous Catholic writer was really that bad, huh?
I love it.
And I think it was John Huston did the movie in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
So what is it about? What's the premise?
That's a good question.
The Christ haunted South.
The Christ Haunted South.
It's there is a guy in there who, honest to God, he hates monkeys so much he goes to the zoo and taunts a monkey every day because he thinks that monkey thinks he's better than him.
Right.
That's a
It's
dereliction
just-
there,
right.
right?
It's just mental illness.
Yeah. No.
Tom doesn't encounter it as much as you and I
No.
do.
No.
So,
Yeah.
Tom's thinking the days of sanitariums and things like that too. Didn't have
Now
to worry
he
about
also the first book he ever recommended to me was Brideshead Revisited.
yeah.
Which was good. There were some interesting themes in
The
there. I
word you
didn't
are
expect
searching
from
for
you.
is phenomenal.
No. The book that was phenomenal that you recommended to me was The Power and the Glory.
Oh, yeah. Also phenomenal.
That's the one you should read if you've not read it.
that. I will. I'll have to read
It's
that.
the origin of the term whiskey priest.
It is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's this whole book about this priest who it's really a book about his self-loathing.
Yeah, it's also, though, like the deepest theme is grace operating in spite of us, right? That God's grace triumphs no matter how screwed up we are.
Yeah.
And so you have this priest, it's set in the revolution, the Mexican Revolution.
Cristero.
Okay.
Right. And so you have this priest who, like, externally is a terrible priest, right? He's got a kid.
That's a major spoiler.
Go on.
He's not anybody's idea of a model priest. But when the revolution comes and they're like, all the priests leave, all he does is continue to travel from village to village, celebrating mass and hearing confessions. And he's an alcoholic and just a total mess. But God's grace continues to operate in him and through him.
Because he's the only one that stuck around.
Because he's the only one that stuck around. And you would not have said, and he would not in any way describe himself as courageous or brave. He's just like, this is what I do, right? It's kind of like that line from the gospel, I've only done what you have asked me to do, right? Like I'm not the stellar servant of the Lord. I'm just managed to show up every day. It's an inspiration to me.
Graham Greene,
Yes.
who is really known for writing spy novels.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, if you haven't read that one, read it.
Okay.
Very good.
Yes.
Might set the stage by watching For Greater Glory if you haven't watched that.
We've talked about that. I have not seen that.
Oh no, it's such a good movie.
Eh.
And it's a period of time that you think it wasn't that long ago.
No, this was
I mean, they just
80 years ago.
the Mexican army just rolled through the countryside
Right.
killing priests. And we don't know about that.
No.
Dreadful to think about, and you would think those kinds of stories would be centuries ago, but that's still
Right.
very contemporary.
10 years later, that was part of the build-up to the Spanish Civil War, was the Republican forces were like herding priests and sisters into chapels and setting the building on fire
In Spain.
in Spain.
So was Franco.
So the church loved Franco because he put himself in opposition to the desolation of the church.
Well, we have it pretty good.
Yeah,
Feel bad complaining a bit. So
right.
So this makes me think of a movie that just came out recently, Bonhoeffer.
Yeah,
Are you going to see that?
no,
what is that?
It's about he's Lutheran, right?
yeah, German.
About a German Lutheran. What are Lutheran? Are they ministers, priests?
Yeah.
Who was a kind of a double agent and was working for the Allies to try to kill Hitler, and looks like an interesting
That sounds
story
interesting.
from what I've seen about it.
He was involved in a plot to assassinate Hitler. He started out as he was in the States when Hitler came to power, returned to Germany to out of this conviction to serve the church, ran a kind of underground seminary for a while, and wrote like a couple of really great books, The Cost of Discipleship being maybe the top one, coined the phrase cheap grace, like to describe how Christians tend to live as though God's grace doesn't require anything from us, doesn't call anything forth from us. Anyway, got a little bit radicalized towards the end and got into this plot, and then he was killed by Hitler for his involvement in the assassination plot.
Damn, you're just ruining all the...
This is
all
like
the
well-known
spoilers.
history. This is not...
Have you seen... You guys know I like the comedian Nate Bargatze.
Yeah.
Have you seen much of his stuff?
No.
He's got a great bit where he's going to talk about The Sixth Sense. He's like, listen, I'm going to ruin it. The movie's 20 years old.
Right.
Nobody is allowed to say,
Right.
I was going to watch that tonight.
I've preached on that for All Saints Day. I See Dead People.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You did.
I was so...
Oh, because we didn't have a litany, so Tom couldn't hear anything else that I said.
He still wakes up screaming at night, screaming
Right.
litany.
Litany!
I promise I'm going to let this go.
I don't think
False.
so.
That's a
I
lie.
don't understand why we don't have more litanies.
You have litanies daily. They're called rants. So I mean, I guess you live what you desire, but
There's there's a litany of humility, just a bunch of phrases designed
you
to
could do
make
your
you
own
humble.
private litanies.
You
Tom.
could do
Wow,
that.
that sounded...
There's a lot of litanies. It's
You know,
interesting it
sometimes
shows
I'm
that one.
smarter than you think I am. I'm able to read between the lines a little bit.
It wasn't hidden.
Wow. So you're not going to see Bonhoeffer. Are you going to go see the new movie about Bob Dylan?
No.
Really?
Yeah. Great songwriter, terrible singer.
That is true.
Yeah.
I agree with him.
I wouldn't say terrible singer. I wouldn't say terrible. Have you seen the trailers, though? Like, Timothy Chalamet,
Yeah.
like, he nails
No,
it.
he does. He's like River Phoenix as Johnny Cash.
I've never seen that movie.
That's a great
That
movie.
is a great movie.
Yeah.
I figure you would have seen that. You
You
like
would
country
think.
music.
Yeah, I don't... You would think.
No, you have time. You're off for the holidays, and
When?
it's kind of binge.
I
and-
work Christmas Eve. He's the only other one working Christmas Eve,
Well,
and I
that's
bet
true.
you're only doing one of the masses.
2, 4, and 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, 'cause
Tom,
we can't have a real midnight mass.
New Year's resolutions?
New Year's resolution. No, I've not thought of it yet. So you're putting me on the spot? Mm-hmm. You guys know for a few years now I've been trying to learn German.
Right.
Yes.
It's not going as well as I would hope.
You've been
all these years
dedicated,
in.
though. How many
I
days?
have. My current streak is 1,400... 1,444 days in a row I've done a
Wow.
lesson.
You should be fluent by now, right?
No, not even close.
You can order German food.
But if you're putting me on the spot, maybe I'll learn. I don't know the Our Father, the Pater Noster, or no,
No.
that's Latin.
Right. That's the Latin.
I do know that. I did learn that. You made fun of my pronunciation. It kind of scarred me a little bit. Maybe I'll learn the Our Father, and maybe I'll learn to do the Rosary in German.
That's a great goal, Tom. Father Peter?
I bet you don't do New Year's
I
resolutions.
don't really do New Year's resolutions. I'll be nicer to Tom.
That's a good one.
Here's what-
I'll make Stephanie want to like things that I suggest.
You should. Your New Year's resolution should be to make some more of that delicious pork belly.
Oh, the one we had for the Spanish dinner.
That was
Yes.
quite
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Well, if we do dinner, we should do dinner in the new year at some point. I'll make it.
And the layered potato with egg. And,
Oh, the tortilla, the Spanish tortilla.
oh my gosh. That was
How about
insane.
you? Read The Power and the Glory?
I could. I don't typically do a lot of New Year's resolutions. I try and...
Too pagan?
That's right. Well, I mean, you read my mind. I try and do things like whatever comes up throughout the year. So,
Sorry.
some people that works like to actually have a New Year's resolution. I get a fair amount of people come in for therapy, and I'm going to do this year, and it's going to change. And I think that can, but habits are easy to ignore. So
I will say I don't really do resolutions, but I try to pick something new to learn, either about like a study area
That's what I used to
or a task, right? So one year I learned how to can. Crochet was one year. So yeah, I may spend some time thinking about something to read.
These all sound like COVID goals.
So
That's good.
Well, that's kind of how German started with me.
Yeah.
It kind of started in COVID, and when the world opened back up, I kind of died. And then New Year's Day is when I'm like, I'm going to do this again. I used to create a reading list on New Year's Day. I haven't done that for a number of years. But
Yeah, I don't tend to do a lot of that, but it is nice, I think, to have. Some people will say things like they'll have like, this is like the word for the year, or this is like the virtue I'm going to focus on for the year, and I think for those people that work really well.
I do that. I usually focus on gluttony.
Oh, okay.
Gluttony is what
you
I
have
usually
to have
focus
goals,
on
right?
every year.
I'm going to use my new prayer jar.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
my New Year's resolution.
we should have
for
brought this up.
2025.
So for Christmas, Dr. John gave Father Peter and I a leave a prayer, take a prayer, because he poo-pooed that idea a few podcasts, a few episodes ago.
I did. Welcome back to the 1970s. So now Father Peter can put it in the parish office. Tom can put it at his place of business or his home. He even talked about our boys having a college and probably writing, goofy messages and things in there too. So, see, I may make fun of you and joke around, but I do listen. So enough to give you gifts to remind you.
Right.
I maybe making fun of us, because if I remember right, you thought it was a good idea. You thought it was pretty.
Dr.
cool,
John
too.
is the only one I know that weaponizes gifts.
True. So I think you know this. I have a whole collection of T-shirts
Yes.
that he's given me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite a few. Some stellar ones for sure.
And,
Yeah.
and they're all like borderline, can I wear this in public?
Yeah.
That's right.
Were you there the night that I decided every time I went in to either use
Yes.
the bathroom or get a drink, I was going to put a new T-shirt on?
Yes.
It took him a while to catch
Yeah.
on.
Yes. Yeah, there was so quite a few in the rotation now.
Yeah.
So I do pay attention. So, well, my lovely wife actually gave a topic
Okay.
for us to talk about today for
What
this
is it?
new year.
Yeah.
Ways to improve you.
Right.
No. That's those are conversations we probably could have, but
Airing of the grievances.
we've talked. We should bring back Festivus.
We
It's
went
been a
right
while.
over Festivus.
We did. We missed that completely. The feats of strength, and so we were talking one day of where maybe you've noticed this trend of where Catholics, when they die, their families are not having Catholic funeral masses.
Terrible.
Yeah, you and I talked about
Yeah.
that fairly recently. Yeah, I did not realize this was a phenomenon until I heard about somebody not having a mass who I knew was a pretty devout Catholic, and I mentioned it to you, and you said it's...
It's a trend.
So partly I see this through our parish prayer line. People post prayer requests and things like that too. And sometimes that'll come through with obituaries.
So I am not one to say we are better than you as Catholics. You, in one of your very early homilies at our parish, gave we all have a different path. This is my path. With one exception. We do funerals better than anybody
better than
else.
anybody.
That is true.
Absolutely.
Well, and sacraments, exception of baptism. The other faith traditions can have that, but
Well, yeah, I don't know, because I don't get to talk to the family that's making that decision, right? That making the decision not to have any kind of funeral, or at least not a funeral mass for their mom.
well,
or
let's start with this
grandma.
question. Then who is the funeral mass for?
So the funeral mass is primarily for the deceased.
And you don't have to be Catholic, right?
No, you have to be baptized.
Because my grandfather, who was not Catholic at all, we had a mass for him when he died. And I thought that was... sometimes the church can be a little standoffish. And I felt like that was I mean, I know the church isn't worried about me saying it's a nice gesture, but I thought that was nice that for my non-Catholic grandfather, we could still have a mass for him.
Yeah.
So why does the church want Catholics to have a Catholic funeral?
So our hope is that the deceased is in purgatory. Mm-hmm. And our prayers
We
are...
hope for purgatory?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's a whim.
I was hoping for better than purgatory.
Well,
Why am I collecting all these indulgences?
purgatory is a one-way exit to heaven. I'm just saying most of us, maybe not you, maybe you're fine.
Tom will go
but
straight to heaven. But
most of us, are not ready for heaven when we die. So we need purgatory.
Or is heaven not ready for us?
That could
Pope
be,
Francis, if you're listening, I did not say that.
that'll be on your next T-shirt, Tom. So
So our prayers and the graces of the sacrament of
Yes.
the Eucharist at that Mass are applied to the deceased as an aid to free them from whatever they need to be purified from
yes,
onto heaven. But the Mass also, the prayers of the funeral Mass are filled with intercessions for the grieving. Right? And so it's also for us that God would comfort us in our grief, that we would be able to be renewed in our hope of the resurrection and renewed in our hope, of seeing and being with our loved ones again. So it's a holistic service, right? It allows us to grieve. It encourages us to hope. I think it's a very healthy human thing, even spiritual grace aside.
I agree, and I think that it's ironic of where even like whichever family is in charge of services or just even like kind of settling estates. You can chime into this too, Tom, as an attorney, but wills and different kinds of things have set up. I mean, that doesn't mean necessarily that family will follow the expectations of like, those kinds of requests. Because, it's funny, my wife and I, we updated our will. I had even said like one song that cannot be at my funeral.
You understand your will comes into play like way after your funeral.
Well, but I mean, we hired a good attorney, Tom. So I'm really kind of trusting in her that's going to go well. But her, so.
I think I know her.
So,
and I will raise
Yeah,
you up.
that's right.
on
No.
eagle's
So
wings.
he tells me that it's cute. He thinks he's going to do my funeral mass, and he tells me that I love Old 100th, and he's going to have "Oh Danny Boy" to Old 100th. Isn't that what you told me?
No, the song of farewell to the tune of "Oh Danny Boy."
No. Not
That's what I'm
acceptable.
doing at your funeral.
Song of farewell to Old 100,
Right.
which we don't do at St. Jude, which I don't understand.
I don't know.
assuming I die before Father Peter, he said that I can't have bagpipes in the church for the recessional, but the bagpipes can be outside of the church.
Yeah.
So
And he told me that you can use a secular song at the graveside.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I will not be having anything by
the-
you two.
Ring of
Our,
Fire,
our
what do you think?
veterans all have taps played at
That's
the
true.
graveside.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're going to sing like, I still haven't found what I'm looking for at your graveside, Tom.
Wow.
I don't know if poltergeists are real or not,
Right.
but you might find out.
Yes.
So I think that the funeral too, it's interesting. I'm saying this more psychologically now, of where I read a lot of where it's not even, so there's no funeral mass.
Right.
It's just called a celebration of life.
Right.
Now, which is curious, and celebrating life is
Well,
good.
it's secular, right? It's
Well,
it's
but
making
I'm going to
everything
say that
secular.
even more than that, psychologically, it's ignoring the reality of grief.
Absolutely.
I mean, the pain of the loss, and it's only trying to focus on the glass is half full
Right.
when it's actually not.
Yes.
What was that?
I don't know. Was that
Because
me?
Father Peter's phone was talking.
Oh, I thought it was one of your mini Santas.
Yes, because look, a lot of people are decent enough people, but are also kind of assholes. Mm-hmm. Can I say that on the
You can
podcast?
say whatever you want.
Might affect our rating.
You might get a nasty letter.
That'd be awesome. If you don't like that, we have a PO box.
That's right.
But and the Catholic funeral allows the space for that complex reality.
Yes.
That they had good points and they had weak points, right?
Yes.
And we love them. We might be a little conflicted about them. It's okay. We want them to go to heaven, right?
So, how have you, with any regularity, done a funeral mass for somebody that you knew well or were close to?
Not with regularity.
Would that be difficult?
No.
See, I'm a crier, It would be hard for me.
So is that just like holy indifference, just holding it together?
Yeah, I think. I mean, like lots of people would say, I just don't have a heart.
I don't think
No,
that's
I think
true.
you do. I
think
just
that's
think it's
true.
5 sizes too small.
Unlike the Grinch, I haven't had my Christmas miracle yet.
right.
I think a lot of it just comes from like I've done hundreds of funerals now, if not thousands, and so it's a professionalism, right? That you get. It's not that I'll have funerals like for a young person or where the family is obviously traumatized by the death, no matter what the age is, that affect me, that I feel sad at the funeral, but I can get through it without tearing up, right?
Have you ever been has with any regularity? Does a commercial on TV make you cry?
Oh yeah,
See, that happens to me too.
yeah. Remember that show, Extreme Home Makeover?
Yeah.
Like every time I watch that, I sob.
Really?
Yes.
I've never been more surprised
The
by
little
anything.
girl got her own bedroom.
Really?
Oh yeah. I don't know what it is. It's like or like watching veterans coming home videos on the YouTube. Sob every
Yeah.
time.
You know, weddings make me cry too.
No, weddings are gross.
I thought you were going to say cry when you would see the 1970s commercial of the Native American crying when the people are like littering.
No.
Which, come to find out, the actor was actually Italian. He wasn't Native.
See?
Oh, it all gets back to the spaghetti western. That is a deep pop culture cut.
It is.
Yeah, it is. So I do think that there's a need, for that sense of grief to honor the dead, even in
Right.
death, and even for those who continue to live. And the funeral mass offers
But it also
that.
honors your experience, right?
Yes.
That, like, you shouldn't have to feel party-ish if you're sad about your parents or your grandparents or whoever dying, right?
Well, it's
Like,
denial, right?
yes.
Yeah. So
Have you ever seen? It's a movie with Jason Robards. Daggone it. He has this big extended family. His grandchildren love him. He's kind of a wealthy guy, and his grandchild he dies, and he always wanted a Viking burial, and so his grandchildren steal his body and set him on fire on this raft and
Love
push
it.
it down the lake. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh, it's great.
Now-
Rocket Gibraltar. Rocket Gibraltar.
So now, if you do go before us, Tom, and our listeners don't know this, but you do have a small body of water
Yes.
I
on your
do.
property. Can we do like a
So-
Viking funeral for you?
So, sure, because I will tell you that's one thing that I have no sentimentality about.
About your body?
Yes, don't care.
That you should be like
At
Soylent
all.
Green, or what are we going to do with you?
Soylent Green, if it's what gets you through the day, fine with me, John. If my body can nourish you for a couple days,
You have to have some respect for your body, the dignity of your body. We're not going to just throw you in the White
how
River.
many times have you shared a meal with me? I clearly have no respect for my body.
Oh, so in life or in death, huh?
Yeah, no, but honestly, I'm a sentimental person. That just doesn't matter. Like, donate it to charity. I won't donate it to charity.
Yeah, that's right.
Donate it to science. I
You're at
just
the Goodwill shop. You see
I'll give you 2 bits.
Tom's corpse sitting there.
that just doesn't matter to me. Because the whole Song of Farewell, I know where I am. It just doesn't matter.
But you're going to be reunited with your body someday, though. So
Yes, but do you really think God is limited by whether I've
It's a
been
fair point.
embalmed or eaten by the pigs? Or
but you need to be
Oh, what
interred.
was that? That Western show on HBO where Schweringen used to throw his enemies to the pigs, owned by the Chinese people.
Deadwood?
Deadwood.
Never
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah, it was all right.
Timothy Oliphant's in that.
Yes,
And Timothy Oliphant was also in one of the most underrated shows ever, Justified.
yes, Justified.
That's a good show.
Particularly the first season, amazing.
Yeah.
because it had that. Was she in Misery?
No, that was
No.
season 2.
Okay, with
Yeah.
the apple
Margot,
pie
yes,
moonshine.
Margot
Yeah.
Nightingale? Margot something. Martindale. Anyway, yes.
Yes.
Well, that is a good show, and I remember Tom texted me because at the time when that series was popular, I was living in southeastern Kentucky,
Oh yeah.
so kind of living with the mountain people, and some things aren't too far off. So, yeah. So, well, I do think that it's something where, you know, even though what's in vogue or becoming more popular doesn't mean necessarily that it's good. And I
Right.
think certainly spiritually, not withholding the graces and the goodness for, you know, the souls in purgatory to not have a Catholic funeral mass.
Well, but you made up a good point. Like, yeah, I think maybe you asked who is it for?
Right.
So my dad, who was not religious, will always go to the funeral home for somebody. And I remember as a kid, he always told me, "You don't go for the dead, you go for the living."
No, I think that's good because death is a communal experience.
Right.
This doesn't like happen just in silos or individual
Well,
relationships.
and I think that's part of this trend, John, is that like death now primarily happens in an institution.
That's true.
And it primarily happens either alone or with one or two others.
Yes.
Instead of in the family home with the majority of the family there.
Yes.
One of the things I loved about the monks of St. Meinrad is, if at all possible, no monk dies alone. They take shifts to sit with and pray with and talk to the monk who is actively dying, and so no one ever dies alone if they
That's
like
awesome.
barring a sudden accident.
But I can totally see some of those grumpy old monks being like, "Can I just die
Right.
in peace?
Shut
Let
up.
me die in peace."
I think that's an interesting perspective, and certainly I would imagine comforting because we were not born into the world by
Right.
ourselves, too, right?
Right.
So, I mean, to die with somebody present, I think that could be very important. And I would imagine potentially comforting,
Yeah.
at least depending on who's in the room. So, that part of it. So I think there is something which is very healing, something very human. Death is something we don't experience quite as personally as we used to, where 500 years ago we would have seen it
But, you know, I mean,
often much.
your people, the Irish, would have brought the deceased home and
Yes.
laid them out on the
But you sit up
dining
the
room
dead.
table, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Put silver coins over their
Yeah.
eyes.
And the Jewish, they sit kibbush, something. They sit Shiva with the deceased. They overnight until the funeral. And
Well, maybe you have that room addition in your house, Tom. I mean, maybe that can become a parlor. And
yeah, we could just put a casket in that
Well,
indoor courtyard of yours.
we could.
I'm not sure your wife
We
would
have
like that.
we
but-
have yet to establish a purpose for that room.
Right? Call it the funeral
Most
room.
recently, it's a Christmas tree room.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for listening.
No,
Catholic
no,
Gen
no! I
X.
have something before we
Oh,
go.
we got. Hold on.
I have an idea for our first ever
Oh.
road trip.
All right. Where is it?
So, I read an article right before I came over here tonight. Did you know that it used to be reasonably common and popular for churches to have bowling alleys in their basements?
No.
I didn't know this either. It was the Germans that started it,
Of course.
largely German Catholics, because it was a place they could congregate
Right.
together. It became popular during Prohibition because it was a private club. So-
you could have some beer.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was really popular around like World War II. There aren't very many left, but there is one left. According to this article, I haven't researched this yet. There's one left in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh,
That's not too far.
There is nothing more Gen X than hanging out in a bowling alley.
that's true.
That is true.
So
Unless it's a roller rink.
Oh,
you got me there.
Yeah.
You got me
Yeah.
there. So I think we should investigate
Yeah.
going on location to this Catholic church in Fort Wayne
Okay.
that still has a bowling alley in its basement.
All right.
It's the Church of the Sacred Blood or something,
Okay.
something like that.
I'll ask Deacon Jim.
Oh, that's right, because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
from Fort
Yeah.
Wayne. Yeah, yeah, he'll know all about it.
Yeah.
So
Fort Wayne's a nice town, and they have a nice amateur hockey team, the Comets.
they do. That's right. They are. So, do you want trivia about the Comets? They are the only teams in the world that have been in continuous operation longer than the Comets are the original six.
Oh, really? That's pretty interesting.
And sports ball guy here's like, who are the original six? What's that?
I saw the Fort Wayne hockey team play the Red Army team
Oh,
when I was in college, but I don't remember them being called the Comets.
they've been the Comets since
Okay.
forever. Really,
All right.
I think that's maybe all they've ever been.
I actually have a Comets T-shirt upstairs. It's a long story. Not a very. It's a good one, but not one for the year.
So I throw
like
that
that.
out
Yeah,
there.
I'm open to it. Yeah.
Maybe
Little field trip to Fort Wayne's its own diocese, right?
Yeah. Fort
you have-
Wayne, South Bend.
Do you have to get approval of the bishop? To
Only if I'm
step fill
saying
it?
mass. No.
Oh, so you can step
Yeah,
fill it
I
without
can-
approval.
yeah.
But you can bowl and drink a beer and probably smoke a cigarette in
Right,
there.
yeah.
So that's all very Gen X too. So
Yeah.
We can take our own corn nuts just in case
Right.
we don't have any.
well, then maybe this is some reconnaissance, because if this turns out well, we could actually have a capital campaign to put a
build
bowling alley.
Bowling alley.
Yeah,
in,
under our church.
Well, first we'd have to build a basement.
Right.
Well, it's an expensive fundraiser, Tom. but the good people of our parish, I'm sure, will be glad to give to that.
But isn't that fast? I
I
never
love that.
heard
Yeah, no.
that they had bowling alleys in their basements.
Yeah.
And here, the church you grew up in, you thought it was awesome that you guys had air hockey in your.
Right. It's true.
Well, thank you for tuning in. Be
Yeah.
sure to email us, CatholicGenX@gmail.com. Maybe
Or
write a letter
Yeah.
about your New Year's resolutions. And maybe we can talk about that at P.O. Box 17333,
Right.
Indianapolis 46217.
And if you really want to get our attention, cut letters out of magazines and newspapers
Right.
and make a letter with that.
make a manifesto.
That's right. We'll be sure to give it to the FBI.
Right.
Happy New Year.